Hello there, welcome to dieback prune on a Japanese maple in the summer months. Now this is Acer Shirasawanum Autumn Moon. Now this tree was repotted earlier in the spring this year. The tree was underplanted too low in the pot that came from the nursery by at least 3 or 4 inches, and the tree was really struggling the last 2 years, especially last year as well. It had very small leaves and bits of dieback, so the top part of that root ball was pruned away and the root flare exposed and planted at the proper depth. Unfortunately, since the spring, and possibly with last year's many frosts over the winter, the tree has seen a lot of dieback since the spring. These are the bare branches here, which are a slightly different colour, but as I mentioned in previous videos, sometimes it's hard to spot the dead wood because the healthy wood is the same colour as well. Shirasawanums tend to have this older, greyer looking bark, very pale, so it's hard to spot the dead wood, especially in the winter. So in the summer it's pretty easy because you've got no leaves, you've got no buds earlier in the year. You occasionally see the odd dead leaf, so it's easy to spot the dieback. So it's just a matter of pruning that off and tidying the tree up a little bit. So I'm just going to, first off, don't forget to sterilise your pruners or your pruning scissors with household disinfectant. Give them a good wash and a good dry, and they're ready to use. So it's just a matter of taking about a centimetre back to the healthy branching. Now I think this is basically possibly died back to the main trunk here. It pretty much looks like it. Inside there looks dry and dead. Yeah, so what we'll have to do is take it back to the main trunk. I've left about 1.5 centimetres, 2 centimetres on there. And this coming year that will go grey and die back to the healthy part. Next year I could trim that off a little bit closer to the trunk just to tie it up a little bit. And that's all it is, a matter of literally going round. Excuse me, I've got the sun on the left hand side, it's getting pretty hard to see the tablet. And then obviously you've got little bits, you've got healthy leaves here, a little bit of dieback, I call that tip dieback from there to there. It's just a matter of pruning just under, back to the healthy part. Again, some here, up to here, more tip dieback here. It's a shame because it's such a slow growing tree, Autumn Moon. But in time the tree should, excuse me, just adjust myself, sorry, I've got a hold there. In time, sorry, the tree should fill out. And it will look a lot tidier. It's nothing worse than Japanese maple with lots of dead wood to it. Again, just loads of little bits here and there. More down here, look. Lots of little branches that's died. Take it back to the healthy stem. Tip by die back here. Trace that back to where we have two healthy sets of offshoots to the left. We're just centimetre past there. And again, tip die back there. And here. Now the tree was potted in a mix of general compost and chipped bark and mircorhzial rooting powder. The rooting powder has really helped give the tree a lift since the spring. We're seeing the large leaves that the tree once had when we bought it a few years ago. More dye back here. Tip dye back just there. I can take that a little bit closer with my pruning scissors once I put the tablet down. There's more at the front here, if you can see. Quite major little branches to the tree that's failed. Or here. My mentor Mark has always told me years ago that autumn moon can be prone to major dieback at times. Unfortunately, that's what the tree seems to have had this year. Moonrise as well. Shirasawanum moonrise was affected by a little bit of dieback, and that doesn't usually have any. Orium had a major failing on its branches as well, and I'll show you that in another video. So it's been a poor winter and start of the year for Shirasawanums in our garden. Probably due to all them frosts we had through last winter. I can't remember any winter I've previously known that we've had so many bad frosts. So what I'll do now, once I put the tablet down, I'm just going to go around the tree with my little pruning scissors and tidy some of those stubs I've just pruned off. Just make them a little bit neater or a little bit closer, and check for any more little bits. And as you can see, that looks a lot better because that dead wood's been removed. The main focus now that's hitting you is the actual leaves, and that's how it should be. You don't want all this messiness, because your eye always focuses on the messiness of the problem. And as you can see, look at these leaves. Now this is the type of leaf size that we got when we first got the tree. Last year we didn't even have half that size. The tree was really struggling because it was planted at the wrong depth. So at least this is promising that the tree's in part is doing well. It's got nice big leaves in most of the areas of the tree. It's just a big percentage of the tree failed with dieback. And I must say as well, I have to give a mention to my good friend Ray, who's been recommended this product called Bug Clear, where you just give it a light mist spray on the top of the tree, top of the leaves, very light, from spring onwards, every month, every 6 weeks, to help keep the bugs down. And we've had autumn moon now about 4 or 5 years. The first one we had only lasted one winter before that died, Probably that was underplanted as well. But every summer the leaves usually get eaten well away by aphids, because it's like quite a lettuce type leaf, this very soft, just like lettuce. So we usually have quite poor leaves come this summer, but that bug clear has done about a 95% improvement. There's a couple of damaged leaves here and there, but not much. Normally you can turn these leaves upside down, you can see black aphids on every day. But thanks to Rayleigh's advice, that problem's basically solved now. So thanks for that, Ray. Also, what I've done as well, just before the video, was tidied the pot up. There was little bits of moss or little bits of weeds in that pot. I just give it with my glove, took them all out, tidied the top up, dusted the pot. Underneath the pot I've dusted as well, just in case any slugs or anything that was there. So that's the pot tidy, that's the dye back done, the tree's ready to go back into its spot for the rest of the year until the autumn. This is just black plastic gutter mesh. Put this in because the blackbirds were digging in the pots in the spring, but also I like to keep it in because once I'm spraying the pot with water, it helps to take the pressure off the spray, and it doesn't disturb the compost. So that's it really. That's a little bit work on the tree in the summer, and it's nice to do it at this time of year because it's nice and warm. It's nice and peaceful this early morning in the sun. Plus the heat and the sun will help to heal those pruning wounds nice and quick. So that tree's looking a lot better, a lot happier now. That tree's been tidied up. And I'll show you more videos on this one very soon. I hope you excuse the handshake or the quality of the video. It's a bit awkward to do with one hand holding this big tablet and prune at the same time. If you have any audio issues, please switch to the YouTube app. Sometimes in browser the audio can be very low. That's an issue with YouTube, unfortunately. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.